So I'm here with Dominique Dawes, three-time Olympic gold medalist, right here.
Yep.
So I just want to ask you some questions to kind of give some motivation and consistency and discipline to my followers. So at the Olympic level, I'm sure motivation comes and goes. So on those days that you didn't feel motivated, what helped you to stay disciplined?
I think at a young age, what motivated me is knowing that I was making a positive difference on those around me, not just my teammates, but when I was 11 years old, I received my first piece of fan mail letter back in the day when people would sit down with paper and pen, and they would write their sports heroes or people that they saw on TV. And I remember getting fan mail letters from young girls and young boys saying they watched me at a competition. I've encouraged them to dream big, and they now want to reach their potential in the sport of gymnastics or other sports, and then it grew into so much more. And so at a young age, when that happened when I was 11, that was really what motivated me to persevere during those tough times, because I wanted to quit all the time. I was injured. I was very sheltered and focused only on gymnastics. It was a great deal of pressure, but knowing that I was impacting the world around me is something that helped lift me up.
Nice. For people chasing big goals, whether it be in sports or business, what do you think separates the person who actually achieves those goals to those who do not?
I mean, that's a very heavy-weighted question. I mean, it could be a lot of circumstances, but I think hard work does pay off. Commitment does pay off. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. Ask for help. You don't have the answers to everything. When I started my gymnastics academy, just because I had finances and a brand and people that wanted to support me didn't mean I knew how to market or I knew how to manage HR. I knew how to work with vendors and such. And so when I started my first gymnastics academy, the Dominique Dawes Academy in 2020, I had a lot of mentors. I had a business coach, and I was constantly reaching out to consultants to kind of learn from them because they were the expertise in those particular fields so that I could gain more knowledge and so that I could run my business better. And so I really do think hard work, perseverance, and surrounding yourself with a good support system that you can learn and grow from. Good.
So when you train at an elite level, like an Olympian, and discipline really becomes your identity, how did you maintain that discipline once you were no longer an Olympian and now running a business and things like that?
I only pursue things that I'm passionate about. I do have that luxury. You want to pursue things that are fulfilling for you, but not stroking or feeding your ego, but fulfilling where it's impacting the world around you. And I think for me, when I pursue things that I'm passionate about, I will do it not 24/7 because I am a wife. I love being married, even though it's a lot of work. And I have 4 beautiful children that my calling and my vocation in life, number one, is definitely to be a mom. But I pursue things that I'm passionate about, so it doesn't feel like work. When I was starting the gyms, I was working many times in the middle of the night because that was the only time I had where the kids were asleep and quiet. My husband was asleep as well, and I just knew that I needed to put that time in. But also there were times where I was like, I need a rest. I don't want to burn myself out. And so I think when you pursue things that you truly love and you're impacting those around you, it won't feel like work. It will be fulfilling because you're giving back and you're giving of yourself. You're giving your time, you're giving your treasures, and you're giving your talent. And I think that's very much key.
Again, thank you, Dominique, 3-time Olympic gold medalist here. Make sure you follow her. She's motivating, she's disciplined, and like she said, don't let your ego drive whatever you're going through, okay? Make sure it's something that you're passionate about, and that way it won't feel like work. It'll feel like you're making an impact on the world, okay?